Hello, everybody, and welcome back to What Remains of Edith Finch. Funny enough, I had to replay up until this point because the last save. Well, one, I needed to replay up until this point because I needed to play to get the picture. What? I couldn't find it. You never sent me a link, man. I just couldn't find it. I did, however, find some orange plastic hexagon bowls. They're like this big on Amazon. That was actually I was gonna buy them, but then I was like,
reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
I always find it better to go into a situation not having a plan. But I needed to replay to get a picture of the house for the thumbnail. So I had to replay through everything. But personally,
I had no idea what was behind that door.
Well, it's better than having
like
some idea.
I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So if I had continued 5 steps longer, I would have gotten a save, so I wouldn't have had to replay anything. But I still would have for the thumbnail. Molly. Wait.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's kind of adorable. You know, it takes effort to install a peephole, by the way. I'm not a big fan of steamed vegetables, and Ace, I am doing pretty good. Don't really get this. So Molly was 10 years old when she died, if I remember the dates correctly.
December 13th, 1947.
Yep, sounds about right.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I don't know.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
So did everyone have their own bathroom in this place?
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, God, no.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I'm pretty sure those were plastic. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Let's investigate the door because I remember seeing that I could interact with it.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
I was really afraid that she was about to eat the fish. But have abs so that you can prove that you're healthy, but it doesn't prove a damn thing.
I reached out for her. suddenly, I was a cat.
What? Okay, I'm a cat.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I can understand why. I'd be pretty scared if someone turned into a cat. Okay.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
It's understandable. I assume I'm supposed to try and hunt the bird. But I'm not too positive.
I jumped and I almost got her.
The fact that I can, little girl's pretty good at being a cat. The fact that she's just able to be a cat, I swear she has prior experience with this. What do you mean, oh no? What happened? Because I'm not seeing any indications on my side that something's happened.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Then why? I feel bad for this bird.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
I suspect that there is something wrong with this child.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
An owl can hear, an owl can hear, a sound like 3 miles away. I can't see these rabbits that she speaks about. Now I can.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Okay.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Something bigger. The fact that I'm forced to look down right now.
A mama rabbit.
Where? Okay, it's pretty big.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Wait, why am I... Oh. I assume I need to get to water, because I'm a shark. Sharks... fun fact about sharks, they can't,
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
they can't survive unless
Now,
they keep
I
swimming.
was hungrier than ever.
These controls are garbage. Oh! Okay, I get it now.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
But doesn't it have something to do with the structure of their gills? That they can't actually draw water through them on their own. They have to that they need something else. Like they need the movement of swimming to draw water through them. Blood in the water.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Everything? What the heck am I? I'm a tentacle of some kind. Okay, this is a weird movement method.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Can I get into the cars and eat someone? Doesn't look like it, but I guess that would have been too convenient. Well, gills are a type of respiratory system. Ah, so that's the human. That's.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
This would explain why the mom was afraid. If this is what the family is like this girl.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Yeah, what will you do with the drunken sailor? I say that we, Okay. The fact that he couldn't see me.
Passenger, I was still hungry. To cross the water and smell something new. something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
What could possibly be a good smell, considering she just ate people? Yep, that works out. Oh, yep. We're back.
I got closer and closer.
Yeah, we're back in our room. We can't look up properly, so... All my stomach
started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay. That's some odd shaking there.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yeah, I'm not sure of it either. But the berries, if they weren't plastic, I'm pretty sure they're a type of, if I remember correctly, they'd be a type of berry that would cause hallucinations.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Odd choice of names.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, that's
Even
fair.
in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
That's what stress will do to you. Like, I would hate to try and go into that bathroom, but stress will result in you looking much older than you actually are.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
So, Edie was alive when
Her room
Louis
was like
died.
a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
So did he try and bring his house as it was across the ocean? Because I know there's some places, like there's a lighthouse near me that was previously near me. It's in the same state, but but it previously was located, I believe, in Scotland, and they mapped out each brick and its location, and disassembled it over in Scotland, and then reassembled it in the exact same way over here in the U.S.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Orcas Island.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. It takes a lot of effort to... like, I have to move my mouse pretty far in order to get that to close. So, I assume the room was only sealed up after the individual in question died, so... if Edie couldn't have been... well, like, Edith Sr. couldn't have been alive during the time they left because they were... obviously no one's been back since the doors were sealed. True, yeah, if it was built on a... depending on how it was built, if a portion of it was
One summer, they
able to
evacuated
float.
the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Mole man beneath the Finch house.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Is that bleach? If I was the one who designed this bathtub, I would have had the tile go all the way up, and I wouldn't have put that window there. I would have put that window more right here, if I could. So all of these locks use the same key.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Hidden in the book. Well, I guess you couldn't put the thing there. What is the point in this? Milton was... so Milton has been at least to here. Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
No, don't leave. Jeez. I'm just trying to find some stuff to investigate. Tiny books. Whoa. That has to be pretty heavy. Okay, we're gonna go back because that's clearly the correct path.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Calvin.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Yeah, that's believable.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Except...
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
That's completely fair, but... in a way...
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I mean...
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
They were designed...
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
So... there's a passage going through here to Barbara's room. It looks the same as it did. It looks absolutely the same. There's no change whatsoever. Even though... personally, if I was to go back through here, I would have moved the wine bottles. Eek.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Okay, that's so that's how we'll that's one way to leave. There's nothing stopping us from going back and investigating, which is the amazing part. But what I was saying earlier, it takes quite a bit of effort.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
To drill a peephole, because you actually, like, if you can see right here, there's a piece on this side of the door. Like, if it was just a hole, it wouldn't be a thing, but since it actually has the proper lens and everything, Barbara Steed. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Okay.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
That's kind of rude, but I get that's probably the point.
She'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Well, yeah.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Don't tell me that they broke
She
in...
reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
So they... All because she didn't show up on time. They broke into her house. That's...
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
A pool table. Oh, cool. Let's hope I don't get copyright strike for this for this music. Because I'm not too sure the Halloween theme is classified as something that's fair use. Bloody handprint. You know, that's great. The fact that I get a crutch.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Odd. How do you know that they were impaled and then eaten? Was he in the middle of eating them when he was found?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Again? The house looks very different in this depiction of it. Far less books. It looks far more like a house that's not like that you're actually living in. Right?
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Yeah, this is the house that I've just been crawling through doorways through this entire time.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Okay. Is this gonna be the boyfriend? Again? I am so slow, I still can't sprint. This would be a situation I'd want to sprint in.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Okay.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That's a pretty graphic depiction of a movie star's death.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
That's pretty bad, but I wish I'd looked around the room more. Like, I wish there was some sort of indication about what was gonna be, like the actual story.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yeah, it's a fair reason to not want people playing with the music box if it contains the key to the basement. Honestly, if that was like if the music box couldn't be moved, I would start to get suspicious. And like if it was something that couldn't be moved, I wasn't allowed to play with it, and it was always beside a locked door, I'd start to get slightly suspicious of it. So far, that's true, but we will continue this tomorrow. I do hope you all enjoyed. Thank you. Thanks, Ace, for coming by. Your comments are rather humorous. Really hope I don't get a strike for the Halloween theme being played, because it's not my fault. Funny thing. I can see an OBS that someone has left them that has someone has said something long before my actual thing of chat shows it. But to those who haven't already, don't forget to subscribe down below and turn on notifications so that you will be notified the next time I go live or the next time I upload a video. To those who've already done so, leave a like down below and say what you think. Well, for those who are watching after the fact, say what you think of the game in the comments down below as well. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.